The lovely Patty Lee.
And the awesome Andrew Chap.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, it looks like we're in for a bit of action today, huh?
You ready to be wild, Patty?
I am.
Wow me.
Let's do this.
Hello,
We have
Miss W.
here today.
Oh, the lovely Miss W.
She looks
Thank you. Thank you. What you got for us today?
See? A pair of chocolate.
Oh, my.
Do you know how to use this?
This is my idols. These are really long.
What?
Wow.
What?
No, I don't know.
I'm here, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like we're clear on today's topic.
Yeah. Roll the tape.
Martial arts were typically associated with fighting and combat. But in today's world, a healthy lifestyle is becoming increasingly valued, with exercise and fitness now considered crucial components alongside a balanced diet. As a result, martial arts have become one of the important modern-day fitness activities. Martial arts, like many sports, can be a fantastic way to reduce stress, boost self-confidence, and build up your willpower, all while keeping you in shape. In recent years, Taiwan has achieved impressive results in the martial arts category in various world sports events. These achievements not only showcase the skills of Taiwanese martial arts masters to the world, but also inspire foreigners who aspire to learn martial arts to come and study from them. After hearing so many awesome things about martial arts, are you ready to learn and become a martial arts master today?
Sorry.
Hello, hi, Bruce.
I am having a good time. Sorry. Hey, welcome back.
Hey, you know how to master this?
No, I do not. Does anyone else here know how to actually use these?
Who?
Not
Who
so
does?
well.
Who
Not
does?
so well.
No.
John looks like you know.
John, you look like you're being humble. Come on, can you show off a little bit?
He knows something.
Wow. So this isn't a basic training for.
Not for real martial arts, no.
Not for real
yeah.
martial arts. Then what
That's
is
a kobudo weapon.
Yeah, it's a weapon from
weapon?
They
Kobudo.
used an actual staff to hit grain so that they could, they used farming implements.
What?
So they would hit grain to knock the grain out of the
Right.
the sheaves of grain, and then after a while, the farmers they didn't have swords, so they used that as a weapon.
Right. Yeah, a lot of weapons are actually derived from agricultural
Implements,
kind of,
Yeah.
tools, implements. Especially like Chinese martial arts, you have like the rake, and like
Yes,
stuff like that.
yes, a lot of weapons.
And of all of them, this
my
looks the
favorite.
best on camera.
Well, Bruce Lee kind of popularized it too, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he knew
Yeah.
jujitsu, he knew real stuff, but he preferred nunchucks and flying kicks
Right.
for camera.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So Marshall, you are from
Southern California,
Southern California,
Sunny
from the
California.
U.S.
from the U.S.
And you've practiced
Martial arts.
for
Since
when?
entering high school, I joined the wrestling team. From there, did a little Muay Thai, and then Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu since then. More than 10 years now.
What got you started?
Just wanted to get stronger. As a kid, I cried a lot and saw this was a problem. So I wanted some
Okay.
muscles, a little bit of masculine energy in my life. And
Yeah.
it wasn't coming from my family, so I had to seek out, what do they call it, secondary father figures.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did you study any?
I did. I mean, I studied, actually, I think we were talking about this a while ago. I studied Wing Chun when I was 19 from a man named, a French guy
A
in
French
Taipei.
guy?
His name was Terry. And he was your martial arts brother?
He's my younger kung fu brother.
Younger Kung Fu
Well,
brother.
I'd never actually trained with him. He trained after 2000.
Okay,
Like from the 1980s.
But you guys have the same master.
I am 61 years old, so
You are 61, I cannot tell.
exactly.
That's
so.
surprising.
So it's actually, energize
Martial
your
arts keeps
body.
you young, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what got you started?
When I was young, I moved up north to between two Indian reserves, First Nations reserves in northern Saskatchewan. And, you know, I met some new friends at the school. And,
Yeah.
hey, let's go down to a clearing in the woods and hang out, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it ended up being a circle fight. So they
Fight Club.
basically they just pushed
fight,
me
man.
into the ring and let's see if this guy's got any moves. And I'm just this 9 or 10-year-old white kid from the south.
Yeah.
And
You must be freaked out.
well, anyway, that's at the time it was like he just punched me in the face and I went sailing out of the circle and went back in and started fighting. And I got totally destroyed. I mean, I was just
Destroyed.
bloody mess on the ground.
Oh,
I thought maybe I should learn some martial arts, right, at the time. So I actually studied some Indian wrestling at that time.
But what about?
What brought you to Taiwan?
Yeah.
I trained in Canada and was training different martial arts, karate, northern Shaolin, some jiu-jitsu, Tai Chi. I didn't really
Tai Chi.
so much like Tai Chi at the time,
Right.
but it was interesting, the energy aspects. But and then I bounced in the bars in Canada, and then you know I thought, well, okay, this is not enough. I got to go to the Far East, look for a master, and train.
This was
So
not
I came in
is not
1988. In 1988, I came to Taiwan.
Yeah. Wow.
What was
started
it back
training.
then? The environment of learning kung fu,
Yeah,
martial
martial arts in
arts.
Taiwan.
You had to go to the Guoshu Association to look for a master. I mean,
master.
I walked around different parks and checked out different people.
Okay.
Richard said going through the parks and searching for a master.
Yeah.
All we see is Agong Ama,
like,
Tai Chi, Tai Chi. And now you opened your own
school.
martial arts school.
Yeah,
right?
it's about been
awesome.
teaching since '95.
Cool.
And you teach what now?
Wing Chun and I particularly love grappling.
Okay.
I think grappling is very effective martial arts.
What
so I
is
like
grappling?
wrestling.
Grappling is
Oh,
I like
Jiu-jitsu,
no-gi
yeah.
submissions.
like judo,
top position.
jiu-jitsu,
right.
I
Yeah,
think
no
that's
striking.
necessary.
No
Yeah.
punching or kicking.
No punching.
no
Yeah.
kicking. Oh, and this is
Essentially,
The
Ip Man.
master.
Ip Man, Grandmaster
Ip
Ip Man.
Wing Chun.
Yeah, that's my Sifu's uncle.
Uncle.
My Shifu is his nephew.
Wow.
So he came to Taiwan in 1960. Actually, Yip Man told him come to Taiwan in 1960 to go into the military school. And he went into that. And then, of course, he ended up becoming a major in the secret police. He basically teaches a mix of Wing Chun and kind of like special forces kind of stuff.
Okay.
and that
That's
Richard,
you.
that's you?
Yeah, this is like I'm doing an outside roundhouse kick and he's doing an inside kick because someone, if you open your up top gate, someone can just pop in and kick you underneath. Right?
yeah.
So for a small person, it's pretty effective for him just to kick me there, right?
Right.
Because I come from the outside, I'm not covering say I'm like this, I'm not covering my groin.
Yeah.
So you can just pop in and underneath and kick me quite
This is
quickly.
the Asian, we small Asian. It's easier.
I don't want to go any further
Western
that
people,
way.
yeah.
It's using your advantage.
Yes. Wow, 好帅.
Oh, 很 cool. And that's
This is a
Qizhao,
long-
right?
This is like 30-some years ago. These pictures are 35 years ago.
Do you still remember your Wing Chun?
Barely. I remember the Qizhao. I remember Xuning Tao, like the beginning, right? Like, was it? And then it's
Yeah.
like this, you know, warming up the wrist. And
Wow.
then, I can't remember anymore. But yeah.
So it's all about the hands,
It's the
right?
wrist, the forearms, and the idea is about keeping contact with your
Yeah.
opponent. So
Okay.
that
This is he's trying to teach
Sticky
some
hands.
finer points of sticky hands
yeah,
here.
七勺.
But actually,
七连起来那个
yeah,
七。
七连起来的七.
the first form you learned is based on using a knife.
Okay.
So when someone grabs your wrist, you flip your wrist around and cut them by the knife, and then you go forward.
Okay. Has anyone else also learned
Wing Chun?
Wing Chun here?
That's the basic.
Dimitri?
Dimitri?
I also trained with the same shifu that he did many years later, way after,
okay.
2003, 2004.
Okay.
It's a
yeah,
real
for a
honor
year.
to learn with the masters, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was very honored.
Technically, 他是我师叔，这是我师伯。Technically.
All brothers.
Yeah, my uncles.
Uncles.
My martial arts uncles. Whoa. Oh, that's really interesting.
And that was when you came to Taiwan as
Yeah,
well, right?
so I studied Wing Chun for 2 years in Canada first, and then kind of like Richard, I wanted to train more in martial arts, so I moved to Asia. And then I chose Taiwan over Korea or Japan or China.
Why?
The weather, the people, and the opportunity to be able to teach English at the same time as I was going to be able to train.
Right.
So then it took me a long time to find Shifu. I lived in Kaohsiung, I lived in Hualien, and when I lived in Taipei, a friend of a friend introduced me, and I found the same place where he was, the same rooftop, legendary in
Look at this
Taipei.
guy.
Yeah.
What ring? What kind of?
Octagon?
This was a MMA fight, yeah, professional MMA fights.
Fairly recently.
No, this maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
2010, I think.
So this is a very, very dramatic picture. Look at him as
Look at
like
that
a
pose.
champion,
The
winning
victor.
everything. And look at the guy he fought
Yeah.
at the back.
I love this picture as well because the guy with the
crowd.
awesome hair is my coach.
Yeah, he's like, whoa,
That's my coach there. Yeah.
legendary moment.
This
Yeah.
reminds me of that Muhammad Ali photo with his entire quarters going crazy and Muhammad just like standing up there.
Joe Louis. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What got you so into martial arts, MMA?
The focus, the training.
Yeah.
You have to be very dedicated.
Yeah.
And I think inside I always naturally had that in myself. I've played lots of different sports growing up all the time.
Like
And
what?
Basketball, baseball. I
Okay.
played rugby.
Rugby.
Rugby, nice.
Down,
That's what I
downhill
thought.
mountain biking.
Cool.
BMX racing. Yeah. Lots of extreme kind of sports.
I'm seeing a trend emerge.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I switched from Wing Chun to more like no holds bar because I wanted to compete. I had a deep yearning to want to compete and challenge myself. And I wasn't able to find Wing Chun competitions and stuff. So I found somebody who was doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a little bit of kickboxing, a little bit of wrestling, and the same person who Richard also had trained with, right? Like we mentioned before, it's a
We
small,
have a
Yeah.
common
small
teacher there
family,
as
yeah.
well.
Okay.
We have a lot of common friends and
Gordon
teachers.
Preston.
Right.
And
Yeah.
So did you all know each other before you came
No.
to?
This
No.
is my first day ever meeting Richard.
Wow, but
And
you
you
guys
had
have been
so
so
much in
connected.
common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need more information, you should go to a local. John.
Yeah, what's your story, John?
My story is like simple. I grew up in a peaceful place, Taipei.
And you bullied other people.
The question is, I was in Australia for studying my degree. Yeah, so and before I went there in 1993, I heard like they had a white policy in the past. So I think I better learn something to protect myself if I go there for study.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went there and I start to try to find out the different martial arts. In the place I went there, there's the countryside place.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's no Wing Chun, no, it's just only karate or the
Karate, yeah.
or the taekwondo.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, so my first martial arts was karate with Wing Chun mixed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my first martial arts, and I had about 2 years training there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and later on I start to watch the Steven Seagal's movie. This is cool, man. That's
very
what I'm talking
encouraging.
about. Yeah, so I spent my 3 months summer holiday to Japan for learning Aikido.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's my background of learning martial arts.
There's a fusion in martial arts, competing, couple. Is there like a mix of techniques you can actually combine and do something?
There's a lot of overlap. Yeah.
I think like each martial artist builds up their style, and your style never ends. You just you take techniques that you learn along with your training and throughout your journey.
And actually, it's funny you bring that up because Bruce Lee was one of the first people to kind of implement that idea.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He was at the turning point when martial arts was very, very, very dogmatic. Like
Yeah.
your teacher, your style, this is what you do.
Right.
And then Bruce Lee was like, have a bunch of masters
Yeah.
and pick what works for you.
Are there any international competitions of martial arts in Taiwan?
Yep.
Are there many?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
one at the end of June coming up.
Okay. Well, what is it?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. That was my first professional match.
Oh, there you go.
Is this MMA as well?
Nope, that was jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu?
That was one of the few. This is a new thing in the world, having professional jiu-jitsu matches before MMA
An MMA
fights.
fight. Yeah.
Okay, so they
MMA
have the...
fights have a bigger crowd, can get more money.
Cool.
But if I go out there and have a jiu-jitsu match, it's gonna get the crowd going. Everyone's gonna understand what's going on.
Okay.
Whereas traditional jiu-jitsu, we wear gis, and it's too boring for a big crowd. So that's why I don't wear the gi, and we change the rules a little bit and put on a show.
对啊，比赛开始，现在双方是一个这个降服角力哦 ，submission only 的规则，对，是没有掌击的，对。 开始就是一个比较柔术式的这个公式。对。
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it's like an opening act.
Yes.
Gi is the outfit.
Is
This outfit, right?
Yeah.
May you guys stand up? I want to see.
Yeah.
很帅耶, it's really cool.
It is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And you can have your own badge
Yep.
or
Yeah, sure,
your
yeah.
embroideries
You can
and stuff.
customize it.
This is my academy's gym. My
Oh,
academy's,
bear.
Xiongpai.
Nice.
Xiongpai. Oh, that's Taiwanese. Very.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's cool. And what about Marshall? The
I got
stars.
nothing. I just show up looking good, keep my hair nice, and
Yeah.
kill everybody.
Oh, what?
You see a lot of movies where someone just, for example, we're rolling and he punches and then they go bam, 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 like that.
John, how do you feel now being bullied?
Everywhere.
Stay strong.
asking fast.
It's really cool.
It is kind of cool.
And you can have your own badge
Yep.
or
Yeah, sure,
your
yeah.
embroideries
You can
and stuff.
customize
This is my academy's gym. My
Oh,
academy's,
bear.
Xiongpai.
Nice.
Xiongpai. Oh, that's Taiwanese. Very.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's cool. And what about Marshall? The
I got
stars.
nothing. I just show up looking good, keep my hair nice, and
Yeah.
kill everybody.
Same color as his eyes.
Keep it simple.
Oh, it's fresh. It's fresh. It's good.
When I was a teenager, I loved WWF, WWE. Although that was only like a show, a presentation.
What are you talking about?
Oh, no, well, they had techniques, they had drama.
Exactly.
And I wanted to be the ladies on the side.
Oh,
you know, like
yeah,
there's this
yeah.
girl called China.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh, she's hot.
She's a girl, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, she's a girl. Yeah. She's a girl, yeah. Well, that was cool.
Well, I think we've done enough talking. It's time to let the hands and bodies fly. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Round one.
Fight!
Oh, what?
Aya!
You okay?
Marshall!
Marshall, man.
Get him back, get him
Marshall,
back.
man. Round two.
Fight!
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh. Like, baby, calm down, baby. Well, okay, is that round 3 coming up?
Okay. Round 3. Final round.
Fight! Woo.
Whoa!
Aye.
Armbar. Okay. Wow, hey. Whoa! Yeah.
Are there any ending poses? Ending pose. Ending pose.
Ending pose. Oh! What a good sport. What a good song.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Oh, can you guys kind of walk us through what those were actually? Sorry, so what was the first move that ended there?
That's a flying triangle.
Flying
That was
triangle.
fast.
That's my specialty tournament move. So my next competition, y'all competitors, you be ready.
Oh, yeah, man.
I'll
Whoa.
let you know already.
And Marshall, do you sense what he was going to do?
Yeah, we rehearsed it, so.
If you were at a fight.
TV magic.
No. So the way he does it, he's setting me up. So he comes up, he put his foot up.
Yeah.
That gets me to drop.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna sit down like I did the second
And then
time.
you went
Yeah.
up.
So it's a setup to get me to drop my arm.
That's right. I raise my foot up because in jiu-jitsu sometimes we can just pull the guard like this.
Oh, yeah.
Start fighting like this.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
There you go.
So I raise my foot to make him think that I'm gonna pull guard, and then I commit to
Bam.
Oh.
So there's quite a lot of thinking during the race, the competition.
Yeah, that's why the practice is important, so you don't have to think so much. You build up the muscle memory.
Yeah.
And things just become innate.
Right. You just start to think with the body as opposed to thinking with the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
How do you keep focused?
Oh, I mean, when you have someone attacking you, someone bigger, stronger, your nervous system takes over and there's nothing else happening in the world. It's one of the benefits of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Wow.
All your worries and other concerns are irrelevant.
Yeah. So you're really right in the moment at that time. You're not
Right.
thinking about your bills, you know, your homework, your boss, whatever it is.
Girlfriend, no.
No.
Just
no.
a sweaty dude on the mat with
Sometimes,
you.
sometimes it's just survival, right? So
Yeah.
What do I need to do to protect my neck,
Right.
protect my limbs and stuff like that?
Athletes.
See, I told you, jiu-jitsu is kind of scary.
No, they're kind of sexy.
Oh wow. Okay.
Swai.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
How long have you? How long have you been practicing Brazilian jiu-jitsu?
17 years.
17.
Yeah, and martial arts in total 23 years.
23.
Ooh,
Wow.
and you?
And you?
I started jiu-jitsu when I was in college, more than 10 years ago in San Diego, and continued in Taipei, back to California a couple years.
Wow.
So 10 years, you know, I thought I'd give it a year, see how it goes. I tried to quit a couple times, and it's just,
Tried to quit.
it's too fun, man. There's nothing better. It's nothing better.
A bunch of boys.
yeah.
Are there a lot of girls practicing Brazilian?
There are, but not enough. We need more
not
and more
enough.
women to come.
Okay,
we need
Girls,
recruit
come
one.
train jiu-jitsu.
Please,
It's good
yeah,
for you.
yeah,
Self-defense.
No, for real, because like
Yeah, for
more
sure.
and more women being able to defend themselves makes the whole world a better place.
And
It's
it's-
really important.
And it's also a martial art that doesn't really require brute strength.
Right.
It has a lot of technique because you're exploiting the joints.
Yeah.
So if you can, a smaller person can take on a bigger opponent.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that was the
Technique,
Brazilian
leverage.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
And
Right,
then
right.
we have something
We
else
also
coming
have,
up.
we also have another little surprise.
Huh? It is what you're familiar with.
yes. Oh, wait,
Wing Chun's designed for very small people. So very small people, they have very small gaits. They have very small positions that they need to cover. So in Wing Chun, it's more important to be safe. And then when you're at a safe position, you simultaneously attack. Oh, right? I just stand kai and go.
Warm up.
Warm it up.
Whoa.
Round one.
Okay, this is something we do, basic thing we just roll. It's called Chirsho. So we just start up rolling like this. And so then I get the student to hit me, and then he didn't hit me. You got to hit me. So then I'm trying to get him.
Yes, I have a second one here. Don't worry. Don't hit me.
Camera's over here. Camera's over here.
Oh, camera's over here. Okay, so we're just doing Chirsho now, and he's pulling up. He has to pull me to double, right?
Yeah.
Okay, jumps out. Paida. And then I would come in and do some kind of technique from that.
Okay, so it's pretty fast.
We're not going fast
bend.
right now. We're just doing it quite a slow
Can we
roll.
see a fast
Yeah,
one?
let's see it fast.
I mean, we're not really going fast because if you go fast, it'd be like someone, for example, you see in the movie someone does
Yeah.
like that. That's bullshit. That's total nonsense.
That's for
You know why it's
TV.
nonsense? The reason why that's nonsense is because I didn't actually hit him. So you see a lot of movies where someone just, for example, we're rolling and he punches and then like bam, like that, right? That's not really real because I'm going here and I'm not really hitting him. See, if you hit someone, their body goes away.
John, how do you feel now being bullied?
Hurt. Everywhere.
Please stay
Stop
strong.
asking fast.
No, what I mean is, okay, I'll place the camera. What I mean is
Let's come this way.
because I'm not actually hitting him, I can pretend that I can do 10 punches in a second. That's not real, because when you hit someone, he hits me hard. My body goes away, right? How is he gonna hit me 10 times now?
Well, that's
When
because
someone really hits you, your body goes away, right?
Yeah.
And there's no way you could throw 10 punches in a second.
All right.
So we were gonna do some self-defense kind of stuff. For example, if someone typically grabs you by the chest, right, you can just straight go to that armbar right away. But now if I break his arm, like here, I can really snap that here, right? I'm pretty good if I tuck him in.
John looks very painful. John, keep
know,
strong.
Triangle.
I'll just use the toe. I like those toe chokes that you guys do.
Nice.
They're nice.
Whoa!
I've just kind of done Wing Chun in a sweep. For example, a Wing Chun sweep might be someone from the back. He grabs you. Oh. And now I've got a sweep. I can start punching.
Bam, 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 bam.
So in other words, I'll do that slow. Someone comes in and grabs you from behind. You pull down on his arm, and you have an angle here. Like for example, this angle, right? If I pull my weight to this line, right? I can pull him down here and then sweep him real easily. So a woman can do that because her weight's being pushed. Like for example, I frame on him here, frame him on him here, and then catch my leg here, put my weight here, pull down here at the same time. So you have basically 3 actions happening at the same time. One goes here, one goes here, and he will pop. So you're like doing 3 actions at the same time. So this is the first position in Wing Chun.
He keeps looking at me. I'm pretty nervous.
The Wing Chun first position is you hit his Fei Jing, this point.
Yeah.
Right? And you hit this point here. Right? And at the same time, you get an angle here. So you're basically doing 3 things at the same time. Typically, someone puts his hand on me. I can pop him. I can pop him with 1 move. This is the first move.
I'm actually really curious. I think I heard that Wing Chun also has knife work. You said that the Xiaonintou is the knife work.
The
right?
weapon part.
Yeah, so weapons-wise.
John, do you need a weapon?
John, I think we don't take a break.
He's tired. He's very tired.
This is the first weapon position in Wing Chun. So notice that my back sword, back knife is by my elbow. So then we go out like this.
Right.
So this is an actually very useful position, which you can transform into different kinds of moves, right? For example, Tan Sao. Right, Gun Chou.
I want more. More.
More weapons.
Go.
Where's those nunchucks?
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, let's have a seat.
Thank you, Richard.
We'll be right back.
Wow.
I won this medal. I was trained very hard for it, dieted down, made my weight class, got a bronze. It's a bronze medal.
Okay.
So what happened is one of the first gyms I coached at in Taichung, there was a fire and it burned down when I was on vacation. So all my medals that were on the wall, they all burned down. So when I came back from vacation, my training partner had said, everything is gone, the mats are gone, your plaques, your trophies, everything are gone, but some of the medals survived.
Yes.
So is that why it's kind of tarnished?
Welcome back to Wild Taiwan.
Yes. Oh, man. And
We have a very tired guest.
John, thank you so much.
John, during our break, he was like, hey, it's pretty tiring fighting people, right?
Yeah,
The training process
I
is
think it's the
grueling.
camera though, it just like totally messes you up.
But John, can you share your experiences on how to maintain? Because as I said before, you guys are basically athletes. You need to keep focused, keep healthy.
Right.
What are the tips on maintaining a healthy physical and
mind, body and mind.
body and mind condition?
Yeah, since we have a lot of stress in life, first of all, learning the martial arts makes you feel relaxed. And learn to relax.
Oh, it's actually relaxing?
Yeah. If you are not relaxed, you get hurt. Just like just
It's
now.
relaxing?
柔术,
柔术，以柔克刚, right?
soft martial art.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't get relaxed, your muscle is tight, it gets hurt so fast.
Yeah.
So that's really good stuff to learn martial arts.
That's surprising.
Right?
I never thought of that.
It's kind of counterintuitive, but like the harder you tense, the more you're gonna get injured.
Yeah, and
That's
also
true.
we had lessons always at night after work.
Yeah.
And that body's so tired.
Yes.
Sometimes you just get so sleepy when you're in a class.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta focus, make yourself focus on fighting.
Yeah.
And make you like concentrate on one thing,
Concentrate.
even you are so tired.
How do I practice concentrating?
Fight.
Fight.
If you are not
That's
concentrating,
the same thing. I was expecting for a different answer, but no, they're the same.
if you are not concentrating, you get hit.
Yeah, okay.
You get bruised, you get damage your skin or like.
Have you been badly injured before?
Yeah, shoulder, fingers, and lips, eyes, nose, everywhere.
Oh.
Especially when the nails in a cut.
Oh.
Yeah, everywhere.
Your
You just
nails.
you just cannot
nails.
expect
Big rule.
anything.
But that doesn't stop you from continuing on this journey.
Exciting.
He just puts on some Bengay and he goes right back to it.
Yeah.
You always go to 跌打损伤 after.
Yes.
after the-
You all have your list, right?
Your go-to. And Marshall, you said earlier you tried to quit, but you couldn't.
Many times. Because I'm very open-minded. I think life has lots of good things. You know, some people, they get really into surfing. Okay, I'll try that. It's not as good as jiu-jitsu. Went stand-up comedy for many years. It's not as good as jiu-jitsu.
You should be our host, huh? You should come in.
I'll fight him for his job.
There can only be one.
Oh, yes.
He's got
Okay.
the black sash on.
Yeah, and what else?
I've just done many things. I went to meditation retreats. I thought about being a monk for a while. Still think about it sometimes.
Yeah.
Graduate school. There's so many options in life,
Right.
but jiu-jitsu, the one that keeps calling me back in.
And then, so how does that help? Like, I guess what I want to ask is like, how does that help? How do you maintain that discipline of like practicing and going back and?
Oh, so the word for this is, they say it's autotelic. Autotelic means it's so fun, it's so meaningful that everything in your body is like, we just got to keep doing this. There's no like, oh, got to go to training. There's nothing like that. It's
You're excited by it.
everything else that's not geared towards training just falls by the wayside.
Wow.
So clubbing, partying, it's all just not as good.
Okay.
So I'll stay in, I'll drink water so I can wake up to go train. And it's easy.
Okay.
Keep it simple, right?
Yeah,
Also
yeah.
keep
Yeah.
it simple. And how do you eat?
Like diet, nutrition.
Dimitri, how do you eat?
Yeah.
You gotta, of course, diet is a big part of health and recovery as well. So you gotta try to eat healthy, right? Like I don't eat any junk food. Very, very, very rarely do I drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I live a healthy lifestyle. And that helps me to have longevity with my martial arts. So I never wake up groggy and hungover or whatever. Everybody's different, but this is me, right? So,
Disciplined.
Yeah, discipline. Discipline with your diet, discipline with your training, discipline with your learning as well. I write a lot of notes that help. I watch tape, I review,
You
I
study
research.
them.
Yeah,
You study very hard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
What's your biggest goal in this journey? Yeah.
to continuously keep learning. Recently, I kind of have gotten an interest in weapons, right? So watching Richard do all that, I was like, oh, that's really interesting. My hand-to-hand combat is pretty good, so now I'm looking for the new path. And I've recently met someone who is interested in teaching me weapons, so this is like kind of my new journey. So I feel I'm like a student again. I'm like a white belt. So it's a whole new path for me to go down. So yeah. Everyone will find something that will attract them into a new path. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have a medal with you? Is that
Yeah,
right?
I brought one one medal. It's a little bit old and beat up, so it's got an interesting story. This was
Pretty.
This was not my first competition, but the first medal I got. Philippines.
2006 Philippines.
2006, the Pan Asians, the second ever Pan Asians. So I won this medal. I was trained very hard for it, dieted down, made my weight class, got a bronze. It's a bronze medal.
Okay.
So what happened is one of the first gyms I coached at in Taichung, there was a fire and it burned down when I was on vacation. So all my medals that were on the wall, they all burned down. So when I came back from vacation, my training partner had said, everything is gone, the mats are gone, your plaques, your trophies, everything are gone, but some of the medals survive.
Yes.
So is that why it's kind of tarnished?
Yeah, so what happened is he took the medals and he cleaned them up. He took them to a place.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hear your story, yes.
And he cleaned them up for me, and then he put them outside of our gym to dry. He closed the gym, went to eat lunch. When he came back, they were gone.
Huh.
And we were like, he said, man, the medals are gone. So I said, let's go and check some different places. So his mom suggested we check the recycling plant. So what had happened, like a lady had picked them up, because there was many medals, they're heavy gold, heavy, right? And took them to the recycling place to exchange money.
Oh.
And he had went there just in time, and he got all the medals back, and he said, these are my friends. And then so we kept them.
I saved them.
So then all I had to do was replace the ribbon. So many of them, about half of them survived. So this one survived
That's
the fire.
incredible.
And
Wow.
has been with me all the time.
Oh,
It's a crazy story.
Yeah.
Got so much story.
Yeah, yeah.
If you got a big meeting coming up, you can revert back to like, this meeting is not going to be as rough as my training this morning. I was smashed by that guy all day. So if I can do that and go through the training of that smashing, I can do this interview, or I can do this, no problem.
Does it help your love life?
Yes, absolutely.
Marshall, you're like,
Got a scarf out of him.
All I had to do was replace the ribbon. So many of them, about half of them survived. So this one survived
That's
the fire.
incredible.
And
Wow.
Has been with me all the time.
It's
a crazy story.
Yeah.
Got so much story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man.
The first few competitions. you
Yeah,
went
that
to?
was my second competition. I also competed in May the same year, and I lost very badly both my matches.
That's the process.
But then I came back. I got injured in my first competition as well. But the injury never shied me away from it. It actually gave me more encouragement to train harder.
Yeah.
And all my life, I'd done some street fighting and different stuff, and you know, I did okay for myself. And this is the first time I had lost severely. So I was like, all right, this is it. Challenge accepted. So then I trained hard. I dieted. I did my sprinting on the track. I dropped down a weight class, and then I got third place in my only second competition.
Wow, wow.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
encouraging.
incredible. Yeah.
I often started tearing when I see athletes on their field competing.
Yeah.
They're competing with their lives.
Yeah.
And it's so moving for the people that are watching. Yeah, I'm sure in your competitions
And there's
too.
always a story. There's always a story that led up to it. Through all the hard training,
Yeah.
anything can happen in your family.
Yeah.
You might get injured.
Yeah.
It's very common you get injured during your
Yes.
training. But everybody will see the match, everybody will see the outcome, but
Yeah.
they don't know the backstory of how much
True.
effort and
Yeah.
muster you put into it.
Yeah.
And back in the old days, people often think martial arts or fighting is actually for the gangsters, the ones with tattoos and stuff. In the old days, maybe, but it led to a path until now.
Yeah,
It's different.
A
It's arts.
righteous path, even. Yeah, an art. Yeah. Richard mentioned earlier that it takes a certain type of person with like warriors. You know, there's the warrior mentality of like, and then you had a pretty rough beginning too. But as you progressed in like martial arts in your journey, did you see any changes? Did you find like a different path as it
I
emerged?
thought I started not, I could actually walk away from a fight and not feel afraid. I could fight and feel the same way. I was happy to fight. That doesn't make sense to you.
Yeah.
I mean, there are times when you don't have to actually be angry when you're fighting. You don't have to react that way. You can just relax, and this is what's happening to you right now. There's no way you can avoid fighting. But you don't have to actually be angry and upset. You can just go with it, and you could
can be
even
really
lose the
calm.
fight, but I mean, this is where you are. Don't say you're not in the hospital, right?
Right.
Even if you did lose, why should you be upset?
Right.
This is where you are in life. And so live in the moment, I think.
Well, it's become
Be
a
here
lifestyle.
now.
Yeah, it is a lifestyle. Yeah.
Yeah. What are the changes in life after you studied martial arts and combining it in your
I quit
everyday
smoking
life?
very early after I got into
Whoa.
martial arts. It's like my parents smoked like steam engines. They were like a pack a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was it. Bam, it was done.
Wow.
Once I got into meditation and martial arts.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What about you, John?
Yeah,
Oh, you're sleepy.
Smoke is one of my hobbies.
You still smoke?
Okay. But other benefits that brought you.
Yeah, it'll make me relax too. To make to keep going the martial arts, I think to make myself happier is the main issue.
Energized.
Yeah. So as my age is going up, I feel like the less energy all the time. Yes, but exercise make me feel better. So I keep going training since like 2011. But about 11 years training already.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's like changed your life positively.
Yeah, definitely that helps.
Yeah.
The more you exercise, the more energy you get.
Right.
It's actually exercise.
Yeah. Blood flow, your heart's pumping. It's good for your brain, it's good for your body.
Right.
The days where I take 2 to 3 days off, I get lethargic.
Right.
And it's easy for me to continue to be lethargic and lazy.
Yes.
But when I consistently train, I don't need a coffee in the morning. I get up, I have great energy every day. Yeah. So consistent training helps you every day.
Marshall, do you need to like meditate before you start your active movements?
Yeah, I meditate every day no matter what I'm doing. I found it incredibly beneficial. My mental health has greatly improved since I started meditating. And just from there, and the ability to pay attention on cue applies everywhere in life. And so I think meditation is incredibly important.
Ooh, that's interesting. Do you meditate?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
You do as well?
Yeah. I mean, I started with Wing Chun, and I ended up sticking with my Tai Chi master.
Yeah?
And then, so I do Tai Chi and Qigong.
You do push hands or no?
No, not very much anymore. I mean, my teacher was pretty interesting. We actually sparred, like straight up sparring, but we learned Tai Chi. And so it was the idea of yin and yang. You need to practice the stillness, but you also need to practice the speed and the quickness.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's very meditative, and it clears your head. Like you said, it takes the edge off of confrontation, and it also makes you feel like you can be ready for any kind of moment.
Wow.
Yeah, any kind of situation.
So would you masters say martial arts is for everybody?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody, girls, boys, weak ones,
Especially
strong
everyone.
ones.
Everyone.
You learn how to use your body, right?
Yeah.
Learn how to use your mind.
Learn how to use your mind. Building mental strength, mental toughness, right? Going through being smashed, or when you first start, let's say, jiu-jitsu, for example, it's gonna be very difficult for the first half a year.
Yes.
Right? And then every day you're getting smashed, you're getting a lot of pressure put on you. Then you learn to deal with that pressure. You learn how to deal with it. You learn how to defend, frame a little better. You learn how to cope with it. And that translates right to your everyday life. So if you got a big meeting coming up, you can revert back to like, this meeting is not gonna be as rough as my training this morning. And I was smashed by that guy all day. So if I can do that and go through the training of that smashing, I can do this interview, or I can do this, no problem.
Does it help your love life?
Yes, absolutely.
Marshall, you're like,
got a scarf out of him. Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
It helps a lot.
a lot.
A lot of the moves are the same.
Rolling around, Richard. I heard that. Wow.
Wow. Well.
Surprisingly, martial arts has brought to life a lot more than we expected.
Yeah. It's not all and high kicks.
Yeah, it's not about fighting, it's not about gangsters. It's about knowing your body and training, be disciplined, and using it the right way.
Yep.
Alrighty, guys. Maybe sign up for something with these four masters,
please, reach out to us.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Well, Taiwan, we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.